Are we getting sprinkles after this?
Sprinkles, cupcakes? Oh, yeah.
Okay, you don't have to talk like that.
Okay, can we please?
Yes. I've never really had sprinkles.
Shh, we're in a library. Did you notice how I like made the intro music like really low? Because we're in a library.
Okay, but you don't have to whisper.
Okay, I'm just going to talk.
You can use your inside voice, but you don't have to talk loud.
Use your inside voice.
Yes.
Honestly, I kind of need to practice like speaking lower because I feel like I'm yelling at you sometimes.
Oh, no. And me too, because
I just know that you are a very passionate individual.
I'm a very loud person.
Okay, you said it.
And you know what that's a connotation of ethnic people?
That we're loud.
Yeah.
That's like not even connotation. That's like a racist thing, right? Like a prejudice.
A stereotype.
A stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. And I'm very ethnic. Are you ethnic?
I mean,
we're both.
We're ethnic. We're both ethnic, but what? Oh, you know what?
We're both BIPOCs.
What does BIPOCs mean again?
Black, Indigenous, people of color, but we're not Black or Indigenous.
Are
you Indigenous?
Color? I actually think I am
Wait, legit?
Not
like Mexican
me,
Indigenous?
but like my parents.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you're very close to being Indigenous.
Yes. So I'm on the Indigenous spectrum, but not far out.
Got it. I mean, eventually I become Indigenous if I look far enough, right?
What does that mean?
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is like, I feel like I'm getting farther and farther and farther
from the indigenous culture.
From the indignity. Yes.
Indignity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel like I need to remember like my roots. You know that
Oh.
phrase?
Did you ever
Remember
say
your roots.
roots?
Holes?
Not holes. Roots.
No, what is that?
It was like this whole like thing in the 80s, I think, about like I saw it in my TV class and it was like it was homework, but I loved it. It was about like you see this like like generations and generations, but it dates all the back to slavery.
Oh wow. Roots.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of this actually.
It's very good. I recommend it. Yeah.
Thank you for that recommendation.
You can just watch clips. Like even just watching clips, you're just like so like astounded.
May I also recommend Zootopia?
Do you think that's about roots?
I mean, they all represent animals, and I think somehow, okay, like the thing with movies and animals is like you tie them to like a racial group, right? Like some animals, depending on the voice actor.
I very much think it was like,
Shakira.
She's
a Latina bunny. What is she?
She was not a bunny. She was a gazelle.
What? Same? I'm not going to say same thing because I know that will cause uproar.
Bunnies and gazelles are the same thing.
Okay, she was a Latina gazelle who doesn't pay her taxes. Did you hear about that?
Oh, we're getting into that.
Sorry, I'm not. I don't have anything against Shakira. I love her music, but girl needs to pay her taxes.
Oh no, I think it was definitely more than just like, oh, she didn't pay her taxes. I think she didn't pay her taxes to a specific government.
Oh, because she like, I don't. This is not my government.
Something like that. I know it's bigger than just like, oh, she wasn't paying her taxes. It's something bigger than that.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
But continue with your spiel.
But now Shakira is relevant again, I guess. Okay, my spiel was
She did the Super Bowl. What do you mean?
Last year?
No, like 2020?
2020 was 2 years ago. That is irrelevant. They had a Super Bowl in 2020?
Yes.
But
February 2020.
But
the world shut down in March.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad we got our halftime show.
Yeah, we just got it. Yeah.
Got it. I think I would classify myself as whitewashed, is what I'm trying to say. So I just like.
Is it whitewashed or what's the term? Americanized?
Oh, Americanized. I remember growing up.
I don't think that's the correct term, but I think that's
adjacent. Adjacent, yes, very adjacent. Very close. I think if not, it could replace the word whitewash if I don't want to use the word white.
Because whitewash sounds too much like
I'm becoming more Caucasian.
Caucasian in what kind of sense?
Like no. Like I'm adopting Caucasian values, which I'm not. I think
maybe.
Whitewash. It could be either mean that like becoming more white, or it could be like erasing the color from me because that's literally
yes,
what whitewashing
I feel
means.
like whitewashing is like you're erasing your heritage, but I think American
But I'm
is
not
like you're
intentionally
becoming
doing it.
like you're adopting the American like lifestyle.
And I am. I'm living like an American. I don't even know what it is to live like a Filipino anymore.
You know what?
I never knew. I was born here.
Have these questions, like, because I'm very much in tune with my roots. I mean, I run like a Latina page, but I've never really asked you like about your roots.
Like I know you're very in touch with your roots,
and you try to be in touch with my roots.
Am I making an assumption? Are you in touch with your roots?
We're drilling you first.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm avoiding your questions.
Yeah, and it's true, like. Because then you speak Spanish to me, and I'm like, oh, what if I speak Filipino to you? And that's not even the correct term. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, do you not like when I talk Spanish to you?
I mean, like, white people do it to me all the time.
So I am being whitewashed?
So sometimes I just, like, tune it out. But I'm like, okay, you don't have to say it like that.
I'm trying to get to you. Okay, no. I've been to the Philippines probably 2 times in my life. 3 times.
When you were
when I was 2 years old, and then when I was 10 years old.
Okay, so only the 10-year-old counts.
Okay, so yeah, that was the last time. That was in.
Because like, do you really count the 2 years?
Or 13. I was 20. It was in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, 13 years old. And I appreciated it, but I realized this is not my country. I
feel like that's an undertone. Elaborate.
No. I mean, it was obviously it's not America. It's not Orange County. It's not. There's no. It's not. It's not as convenient. It's not life as it is here, unfortunately.
Very.
Yeah, and even in like the Metro Manila, very city-like, very downtown, but very dirty. But I'm not saying this as a criticism. Like I'm just saying as what it is. Like it's very
unsanitary.
It's like Manila's like one of the densest cities in the world.
I think that's what comes with like the density of a city. It just becomes gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But then even when we go to the rural parts, like when we were visiting like my mom's
like the
parts
farm
and
town?
yes, like my dad's side places, and like there's farms and there's animals.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, like this is not the America that I'm. Well, it's not even America.
Yeah.
It's the Philippines.
It's not the lifestyle that you like are accustomed to. Yeah.
And I have like I have cousins who are definitely more Filipino than I am. Like they know Tagalog more.
And your cousins living here in the United States?
Yes, my cousins. I'm talking about my cousins are sprawled out. Some of them live in the East Coast. Some of them live in the South. But
define South.
Like Texas.
Okay. I thought you were going to say like Alabama.
Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my mom. Oh.
What are you singing?
I was singing Home.
Oh, I was singing the 50 Nifty States.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Arizona.
Bussy. Sorry, do you have to censor that? No, bussy is not a bad word. Okay, sorry. Going back. Like my cousins, comparing myself to my cousins who are more Filipino than I am, less or less whitewashed or less Americanized.
Because they speak the language.
Yes, and they also embrace like the culture more. Like they love the food. They love, like some of them date other Filipinos.
Oh, do they strictly only date Filipinos?
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that.
Okay. I'll put a tag on that.
I don't know if it is kind of a trend. But no, yeah. Anyways, they definitely like take in and project their Philippine national pride, their roots. Like they show their roots. For me, I feel like I don't intentionally hide my roots, but
I mean, you do need to take into account that you are a hipster.
Okay, what does that mean?
Take the how you will.
What do you mean? Okay, you always be very vague and mysterious, kind of ominous when you say that. Okay, sorry. Let me interpret it. I want to go against the grain. I don't want to be like anyone else, and so that means being like everybody else.
Exactly, you said it.
Yeah. That's basically
because
what
I've seen lately how you're very influenced by social media.
What?
Like somebody geotags a coffee shop and you're like, oh my god, I discovered this coffee shop. And then it isn't until I drill you that you're like, oh yeah, somebody posted on Instagram.
Look. Isn't the point of social media, isn't that like your job? To influence people? Like to show people to go places?
My job is to make things look pretty.
Okay, look. listen. Okay, but isn't that the point though? Like, if there was no audience like me who would eat things up,
That's true.
then you would have no job.
But you keep me income. You keep me running a business.
Okay, sure, I'm influenced by social media, and that actually might explain for a lot of like
why you're the way that you are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't rule it out at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you are too, to an extent. Like, we adopt memes, we adopt sayings, mannerisms.
Oh no, the table, it's broken.
Yeah, like that. Except more, like, there are other things, like memes that go deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like, really funny,
Mm-hmm.
admittedly. Like, corn kid?
Oh.
Corn kid? Anyways.
I want to meet his corn guy because maybe that's why I don't like corn, because of the way people do it. And I need to meet this guy because, like, maybe they'll make me sing a song and get a multi-million dollar business to, like, partner with me.
Corn kid's making money though, right?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, maybe we'll hit that up in like our next episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we didn't really do like a proper intro here.
Oh yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. This is episode 19. Yep.
Yeah.
The second to last episode before we wrap up the season. So
we're getting into it.
We're really getting into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me with
Yeah, you don't feel like you're very in tune with your culture.
Yeah, and at one point in my life, like probably my teens,
mm-hmm.
I felt guilty because in high school we would have these culture
days. Yeah, I
culture
remember,
days.
yeah.
Yes, and there'd be the Vietnamese kids with all their Vietnamese culture and their dresses,
mm-hmm.
and there'd be like the Latinas and
mm-hmm.
And the Koreans
mm-hmm.
and the Philippines, and there was like a Filipino group, and I saw them. I'm like, wow, they really love our culture, but I don't. It's just not my personality.
Do you feel like your parents raised you kind of like to appreciate it more, or to stray away from it?
Not straight away. I mean, they just didn't show me. Like they didn't. The most I've ever done with them was karaoke parties, which is very Filipino.
And that's Filipino.
Yes. In fact, I think like my childhood friend who was very Filipino, like
mm-hmm.
our parents were very like they knew each other
mm-hmm.
like early when they immigrated here.
Yeah.
But I think my childhood friends' parents were more Filipino than my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would watch Filipino TV.
Mm-hmm.
They would subscribe to Filipino TV channels.
Mm-hmm.
They would.
And your parents would watch ABC7.
Yeah, we would watch like Ellen, like Jeopardy, like.
I think I don't know.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. I don't think you've ever seen it. Some people who don't grow up speaking their parents' language because their parents don't want them to be like traumatized of how like, oh, speak English or something like that. So they like normalized English a lot more because they didn't want their kids to go through that bullying,
like that discrimination.
Yeah.
So they okay. So like in a way, the parents are protecting the
mm-hmm.
kids.
They did it to like protect them and to be like accustomed to like an easier lifestyle in the States.
Yeah, I mean honestly, like in terms of learning the language, I don't really know where else I would use it besides with
your house,
my house, or going to other parents' houses, like Filipino households, or going to Filipino parties. Like I don't know what they're saying sometimes. I mean, I can tell what they're talking about, but that's kind of one of the pain points of being Americanized. Mm-hmm. Is like when I lose my culture, I lose the language, mm-hmm. and then that separates me even more from like at least the older folks.
Yeah.
Like my uncles and my aunts,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. my grandparents are dead.
I know. That's what I realized too. I'm like, wait, yeah. I don't have grandparents anymore.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Do you?
I don't. No, I don't think
Pause
so.
for existential crisis. Okay, unpause.
Why are y'all laughing? Okay. Thanks for that pause, that moment of silence. Miss you, Grandma. But, yeah, because I think the more generations you pass on, the less culturally attached that people become.
Yes.
Like you obviously get, like, literally get distance
mm-hmm.
in terms of that lineage.
Yeah, because I think it's like the older people who are, like, keeping it there.
Yeah. Like, well, eventually we'll all just be very, very, very American.
I think
like, do you think that, like, right? Because right now, like, this is what, like, right now we're living in a stage of America where we're still very diverse, and luckily we can express our culture.
I think eventually the lines will cross to where you can't even tell the difference.
Damn, it's funny because like we're described as like a melting pot, or
exactly
like a salad, a fruit salad.
Yummy,
but like
yummy.
the more you mix, the more you stir the pot,
the more it's just gonna all just like
look
be
the same.
one.
Yeah,
but when you're dipping into a salad, you're like, oh, a tomato,
yes,
oh, a carrot,
okay, yes. But America is like almost like processing the salad.
No, yeah, because it's all together. So it's like you're picking at it, and then you pick it up, and you realize like how many different like veggies are in your fork.
If my fork can even pick up the salad, because sometimes it doesn't pick up the salad, and that's really annoying. That. Yeah.
Forks need to be pointier, by the way.
Can we talk about later, probably on our last episode, how the world is not made for us and why things are inconvenient? Okay, anyways, there's so many inconvenient things in the world. No, yeah, that's
you.
Yeah, if I can describe like how Filipino I am, I would probably say like
10%.
20. Oh, sorry, I'm giving myself too much. 10%.
15. Let's meet in the middle. Yeah.
15%. Yeah, I was asked actually, like, you know, do I identify as a Filipino or an American? And like, technically, I'm an American.
Oh.
Because I was born here.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. Wait. Why are you reacting like that?
No.
Why are you reacting like that?
I think it's very telling. Not of you as a person, but I think of you as how you identify and how you kind of like mesh with your culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Filipino food. I love Jollibee. Like, no, like when my friends make like joke, like when my friends are familiar, like you are familiar with like Filipino culture, like Jollibee. That's kind of it.
What was it?
I don't know what else. What do you know about Filipinos?
Jokoy.
Jokoy, yeah. Like I know it's like almost like pop culture to me.
I feel like there also should be more Filipino character movies. Yeah.
I did watch the Jokoy movie and it was kind of trash.
That's what I'm saying. There should be more.
Yeah, but who?
Because everyone was flocking to go see it because they're like, oh my god, finally a movie of Filipinos. Yeah, there should be more.
I mean, the Asians are, I think, only recently breaking into
that's true.
The picture.
Yeah.
Are there Latina? There are like a lot of Latina people. Camila Cabello. Sorry. I didn't mean to make you laugh like that. On a percentage of 0...
Going back to what you were saying, like, how do you identify? It's been a struggle that I've dealt with, like, majority of my lifetime. Because, like, I can't say that I'm American because I don't feel American, but I also can't say that I'm Mexican because I don't feel Mexican.
Oh, you're in a weird in-between.
So I've always, like, now that I've come to my senses as I'm older, I always say I'm Mexican-American because it's both. And, like, because of how I was raised, both cultures have meshed to where it's, like, I can't even tell the difference of, like, wait, am I American or Mexican? No, I'm a Mexican-American. Because the salad's been, like... mixed too much, so it's like just become one.
No, yeah. I mean, you have your roots, your heritage, and then you have the soil of America.
Yes.
And it's like growing grows together. It can coincide.
Yeah. And what you were also saying with like the last time you've been to the Philippines, the last time I was in Mexico was when I was like 16. And because I haven't been able to go in like 8 or 9 years, it's kind of like I'm losing it in a sense. So I think like because like
sorry, no, yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know you were saying this to me. Because I have
That's what you did to me. That's what you did to me.
Shut up. Yeah, because I haven't gone a lot. I'm trying to hold on to it because it's like I can't control the fact that I can't go.
No, yeah, and I mean you're also choosing just not just stay here basically to not.
First of all,
I mean, are you dying, seething at the teeth to go back to
I am
back home?
Yeah, like I look at tickets every other day.
But where do you live?
Okay, I'm not saying to live, I'm saying to visit.
Okay, but where are you literally 99.99% of the time?
Who's to make sense?
America. No, I get you though.
Yeah, it's like I can't control that because what? Are you gonna give me my vacation days? No, nobody's gonna give me my vacation days trapped. Because I'm literally holding it on my back because nobody can.
You're born here. You're trapped here forever.
Not more so the country, the more so of my obligations. which is what this country is riding on. Because if I quit, or if the country will go to shambles.
Yeah. The America that I knew and love.
Yeah. If I just take a vacation day.
America Chavez is screaming.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I faked it, remember?
Yeah, I know. You literally pulled a clip from YouTube, I think.
I turned off the lights in my room.
And videotaped it as if it was the movie to make people think you were watching Doctor Strange, just to make a meme.
Yeah.
The links
because
that
everything on social media
go
can be faked.
Yep.
And the fact that you're very influenced by it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm like a sponge.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm like a Play-Doh. Okay, wait. So, like, on a scale of 0 to 100, how
Mexican do we go?
Yeah.
I was gonna say a slur. I would say, I don't know if 75 is too high. 60 maybe.
Okay, that makes me feel better about myself.
You said 15.
I know. At least you're not.
I'm higher.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, you can speak the language. Mm-hmm. People learn the language.
That's why. That's why I feel higher than you.
Yeah.
Because I speak it.
Yeah.
Fluently. Not fluently. Intermediate.
Oh, I mean, you can get us through the taco shop.
Exactly. I can get us through the taco shop easily.
Yeah.
I eat the food.
Mm-hmm. And okay, well, I think it helps that there's a lot of Mexican presence here.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I think that dilutes that doesn't help me.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say with like the movies. Like if there's more, you kind of like are in tune with it more.
Yes, but movies is one thing. Like I have to go to a movie theater. I have to wait for them to finish production. I have to find actors. But like I can't just go out.
Is there a Filipino town?
There's a Filipino town in Los Angeles. It's kind of small though.
Oh.
And there are like restaurants, but if it's a modern Filipino restaurant,
it's disgusting.
Yes, it's what do you call it when they mix two?
Fusion.
It's a fusion.
Yeah,
it's like why can't you just have a regular Filipino restaurant? So we don't have those here. We don't have taco places ever. I'm not bashing on Mexican culture. I'm just kind of sad and jealous, honestly, that like I think it all depends on the location. Totally, but I can't even think of like okay, like Norwalk, for example, in California.
East Coast?
No, that's here. What?
No, I mean like is there more things in the East Coast?
We're kind of sprawled out. Like I can think of like,
and it's also because it's a whole ocean away.
It is all. Oh, you're right, and Mexico's right there.
Yeah,
you're right.
And like Canada, you know how like I think in not Chicago, I think Chicago, and like those upper northeast states, there's a Tim Hortons.
What does that mean?
How like Canada is kind of like is influencing.
Oh, it's like seeping in.
Yeah, because it's so close.
That's true.
Okay, Canadian culture is Tim Hortons.
I think honestly, I mean, there are so many things that when I think about it more, the more I realize, like, I mean, I don't think I have to try really hard on my end to keep my roots.
Do you think it keeping in touch with your family will help that?
Keeping in touch?
Yeah, like being more family oriented will help you keep in touch with your culture more.
That's actually a good point, because then I can analyze like how my family plays into this.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, I'm like this because my whole family's like this.
I can say that, right? I mean, my parents, they speak English to me, but they speak Tagalog to each other sometimes, and I can still kind of understand what they're saying. Sometimes my mom speaks Tagalog to my dog, but with my sister and me, like we speak English, like we literally speak English. Yeah. There was a time, very short period, where my sister would try and talk Tagalog.
Oh, she knows it.
Oh, yeah, I think she can understand it.
Oh, I think that's also very telling.
Of what?
Of like, because she was older and she like has more. I don't know. Say has more time with your family, but like,
of course,
logistically,
yes.
So they probably like spoke it to her, but then like as time went by,
of course,
and then you came along.
Yeah, it lost its flavor. I lost my flavor. But I'm forging a new flavor, which is my annoying personality.
And that's your culture.
That's my culture. I don't know. Is being gay also part of my culture? Like, if
part of your DNA.
If a nationality isn't a culture, then what is my culture? Is it memes? Is it TikToks? Is it dances?
Is the culture music? Of the youth.
What are you even saying? What do you mean?
Memes is like a youth culture.
Yes.
That like nobody else understands because they're not from that culture.
Oh, no, yeah. And that also comes with like what generation you're in.
Yes.
Like, I'm Gen Z. That's my culture. And I act this way because I'm, So I think I really have lost my roots.
Because you're saying that Gen Z is your culture.
That's something that's not to be ashamed about, is it? Like, can we normalize that?
I think you are in tune with the time.
I'm in tune with
the times.
What is it? That sounds like a good thing.
Like, you are a product of like
Go ahead.
Of like what's trending. So you're gonna go like how like in the 80s it was like floppy hair. Mm-hmm. They like made that their thing and made that their culture. Because it's pop culture.
So I am a product of capitalism, is what you're saying.
And that's what you're saying.
And that's fine. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be me if I was super Filipino. Like I'd have to if I were to start today mm-hmm. and suddenly become more like somehow fertilize the roots and like try and get the roots back, I would have to like fake it. I would have to try really I wouldn't honestly.
Are you saying like you're not Filipino?
No. I am Filipino. Like look, I'm brown.
Exactly.
And I love egg rolls and pork and chicken curry and Jollibee and
this is not
cake and
okay, you should shut up.
Filipino food's so good.
Red ribbon cake?
Red ribbon cake.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway. What I'm gonna tell you is not an ad. And it's not an ad to you guys.
Please tell me something good.
But like if you guys want to, go ahead. The thing of how
go ahead, like attack us?
No, just listen to what I have to say.
Okay.
So Our Vibes.
Yeah. Which is
a page that I create content on. Mm-hmm. It's the group is Latina mm-hmm. because we didn't see the representation that we wanted in the way that we felt represented mm-hmm. because like being Latino is just like hot Cheetos, blah blah blah.
Yeah, very stereotypical.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, and we're like we actually don't like relate to any of that because we're more than that. So then like that's how like Our Vibes is created.
Oh, period.
Actually I don't want to speak on that because I wasn't in the founding fathers. But no, when
you came during like the Renaissance period.
Yes, I was the Renaissance. Just kidding.
No, yeah. Go on.
When we were kind of just like what are we? Kind of being like because we were restarting again in a way. And then that's when we were like, no, this is our vibes because this is how we have represent our culture in our own way. So like you don't even have to like go into the stereotype of being like, oh, if I want to represent my culture, I have to do the stereotype. No, you are your culture because you are your culture.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're doing it in your own way, in your own vibe.
Okay, you're spinning it really well for me. No.
I'm out of breath.
First of all, I love I don't think you ever explained that concept to me or the podcast
really?
About Our Vibes, which is really, really cool because it's like, I mean, I've seen some Latina pages, they really like.
Oh, yeah, they sell to it.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
they sell to the like, I run a lash page. I'm just kidding.
A what?
Nothing.
A lash page? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting too specific.
Okay. No, but yeah, I mean, I do have Filipino tendencies.
Exactly, because you are Filipino.
I am Filipino. Exactly. I am Filipino. Thank you.
Yeah, and you don't have to drill it into anyone's mind or
I don't have to prove it to anyone.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have to be like, I don't even know what a Filipino stereotype. Oh, I love Joe Coy. I hate Joe.
Exactly, and then you're like, well, you're not Filipino enough. It's like, I don't have to buy into the whole Joey Coyanism to be Filipino enough.
Yeah, or
exactly.
Like Pacquiao. Like I wasn't really into Pacquiao.
But first of all, he is like a whole culture.
Yeah,
I grew up watching him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love Pacquiao.
It's so good, just like that sport in general. It's like so good to watch in a group. Anyways, continue.
I do really representation though. Like when I see people like act like Olivia Rodrigo, she's half Filipina.
Yes,
which I
but
look up to. But
she's not like even buying into a stereotype. She just happens to be Filipino.
She just happened to be Filipino, and I think that's cool. And she doesn't even like. She's probably like more Americanized than I am.
Yes,
I feel
because she also has a white parent.
Yes,
yeah, she's mixed.
Yes,
Anyways.
So I have nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, wrong button.
We're in the library.
Yeah, please clap quietly. Anyways, yeah, I mean, growing up as a Filipino, at least Asian, I don't know how you've dealt with it, but I think I've almost ran towards like the American roots.
Because that's how you thought you would fit in.
Yes,
Okay.
and I really like I fit in more because there are some ideologies in Filipino and Asian culture regarding mental health. And I've become a mental health wreck. At least I think that's just our generation, because we're becoming more aware of it. The society is also breaking down on its knees, and so when it comes to mental health, like I remember when I started, realizing that I was like depressed and stuff. I realized that my parents almost saw it as like
you're going crazy.
Yes, and there's like a word for it. It's like a taboo.
Yes, taboo. Yeah.
Yes, it's like mental health is a taboo. And so that almost made me want to be more Americanized because like the American culture is
you want
like
to belong to a culture that doesn't see this thing that's wrong with you like it's the worst thing ever. Yeah,
it feels more normal. If anything, it's dramatically normalized. Like it's just like I think there's like it's, and this might have racial connotations, but like how like Americans or like white people, they're like always on antidepressants or like they're always
I was gonna say delicate.
You can say that.
Yeah, I think Americans are delicate.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so sensitive.
Because you're into your delicacy of American culture.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The hard rock in me is Filipino, but the very soft, gentle part of me is the American.
You're like, wait, I don't have to be a hard rock. I can be a snowflake.
Yeah.
And then that's when you seeked hope.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we might have talked about this before of like not feeling like our culture binds well with our mental health. And in fact, sometimes it works against it.
It can feel a lot. Yeah, it can be a lot, yeah. That's about all I have to say.
Oh, yeah. No, that's all you have to say.
Yeah. Because you feel like you're betraying, like, your roots and your heritage by being like, I need help.
Yeah.
I can ask for help, and then I can get better. Because like I think like
but then like in my culture, like they'll be like, oh no smell eat this, or
it's like if you drink Coke with a little bit of lemon, you'll feel great. And it's like Coke and lemon isn't gonna fix it.
It's not gonna not gonna fix it. But that's what they
and the thing that the way that I interpreted Everything Everywhere All at Once was the movie how the women in cultures, they have to like just stick it out. And that's like what I feel like she was doing too. Like she was just sticking it out.
Like going with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really what women in ethnic cultures have to deal with.
Do you feel that way?
Yes, and that's why I feel like at a certain point it was really hard for me to like ask for help because I'm like, well, I know I'm gonna have to stick it out. And then like being in therapy, it was like I remember just being like, oh no, but like this is how I deal with it, and this is how I'm going to deal with it, and they're like, you don't have to.
Yeah. But how do you accept that when they tell you like you don't have to go by the ways that the past generations have?
Kind of like, is it so easy? Is it really that easy? Like it's all just this, but like actually doing it is like hard. Yeah.
What is stopping you?
I think because I always like talk myself out of it because I've always had to come from myself.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, you just have to go with it. You just have to stick the punches out.
And you become a very strong person from that sort of living philosophy, which is totally fine and normal and respectable.
Wait,
but it doesn't seem sustainable. What?
What do you mean?
No, like you're a very tough cookie.
Oh, that's what you mean?
Yeah, why? What did you think I meant? How are you interpreting that?
I don't know. I jumped out for most of it. And then I just heard you call me tough. I'm like, do I give that off?
Like butch? Like step on?
No.
Like emotionally tough?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you're emotionally tough or emotionally
or it's all of a sudden
numb.
But do I give that off? Like if you're meeting me for the first time, Do I give that off?
You give off like very friendly, like almost like very flowy, like goes with the flow, a little impulsive, a little fun, but like can keep your stature kind of vibe.
I don't know if that's like you're just because you know when you're like
what?
Going off topic.
No. I like this.
No, I just really want to know how I come off. But like,
let us know in the comments down below how you think Vanessa comes off to y'all.
Because like, I think you're talking from like of how you know me.
Yeah.
And I think that's clouding your judgment too much for you to give me.
Oh, like I'm biased?
Yes.
Oh, like I'm being too nice?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm being honest.
See, but now I can't take you seriously.
I know. Sorry, I just fell off the rails of the trust that you have in me. At least in this conversation. You trust me, right? No. I mean, sometimes, like you were talking about, like in therapy, like they offer you like advice.
But I'm like, fuck no.
Yes.
Internally, I'm like that, but outside of what I say is like, okay. Mm-hmm. But in my head, I'm like,
yeah, but then internally is like where it all will happen. Like that's where that's where all the control. I feel like
that's why I'm really not good at therapy because like I'm too in my head.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't listen. Just like I wasn't listening to you right now.
I wonder if like our character traits like these, like that we're talking about, are hereditary. Like,
yeah, that we're.
Are you like your parents? Sorry, was that a joke in agreement or a joke like, haha, no? That's not answering my question.
I'd rather not answer.
Oh.
And just say this.
I don't know how to interpret that.
Me neither.
I can see my...
Are you like your parents?
I can see how I'm like my mom in that I'm an anxious mess. And I can see how like I'm like my dad and I'm very easygoing. Yes, like that. Why? Oh, like our beliefs? Do you think I'm talking about?
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like my parents, like, sometimes they exude anxiety, and I'm like, wait, so it's hereditary, and they gave it to me?
Yeah.
That's what I see sometimes, but then I'm also, like, when you say, am I like my parents, I kind of interpret it like, I'm not like my parents because I am all the opposite of my parents because I'm fighting them.
No. I mean, like, characteristics.
I don't know, maybe. My mom's a Gemini.
Oh, no, I'm fighting... Oh.
So, like, take how you...
Yeah, say less.
That. And a Gemini raised in Aries. So, like, take how... Maybe that's why I'm like this.
Yeah, okay, I wonder...
I'm going to punch a wall.
I feel like there should be... I think therapists should start integrating zodiac signs in their practice.
Yeah, I'm like...
To see how compatible
it's like, I just sit in, like, a new day with a new therapist. I sit in my seat and I'm like, my mom's a Gemini. And she's like... She takes out her bigger book.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
Never mind. I'm going to need this one.
Yeah, and she flips to this page. She's like, And what time was she born? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we both experienced therapy. I mean, for me...
I feel like that's why we're, like, in common. Because, like, imagine being friends with someone who's
like, neurotypical. Yeah. Or hasn't. I mean...
And that goes back to my theory of, like, hang out with like-minded people.
What is your theory again?
That you'll get along better with like-minded people.
Oh yeah, like I get along better with people who are mentally
it's like
ill.
Sometimes when I meet someone, I'm just like, I don't want to explain this to you. I just want you to get it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do.
Yes.
And you vibe together, and then you become friends.
But then, man, I feel like I want to be more open than that. Like,
sure, you want to broaden your horizons? Yeah.
Yes.
You can always broaden your horizons.
Because, like,
but sometimes you're like, oh, wait, this person's an idiot.
Or maybe this person just hasn't had much experience that I wish they had.
Yes,
and I'm not going to put them through trauma to make them experience mental illness.
Sometimes I meet people and I'm like, you're me if I wasn't depressed. And that's sad. Because you haven't gotten a wake-up call in life. And when you're going to get it, you're just gonna like not know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean that takes a certain someone with a certain personality. I'm not specifying anyone. People with specific personalities to like happy-go-lucky, like very neurotypical, like, you know.
She's not happy-go-lucky.
Okay, I wasn't talking about anyone, but okay.
I was.
Anyways, I feel closer to you in that I can see your roots are showing. Your roots. Not like your hair, but like your roots are showing.
First of all,
Take that as you will.
never mind.
No, go ahead. You were starting points. Go ahead. You started a bullet list. Please complete the bullet list.
I feel like a lot of people glorify Mexican culture.
I mean, I feel like you want us to celebrate it.
Me?
I mean, not you specifically.
The world?
I think
because
world,
they want
social
more
media.
acceptance.
Yes, of course. Like I'm out here looking for.
Exactly. There's more acceptance, and that's why people glorify it.
I'm out here looking for other Latino-owned coffee shops because your media group promotes Latino-owned coffee shops, for example. Am I glorifying culture? And do you not want me to? Sorry, we're getting into an argument here.
I'm saying in this fact that you speak Spanish sometimes when you shouldn't.
It's just, okay, well, Spanish is like a very common language here.
Yeah, but when you're speaking to me,
I know, I don't need to talk Spanish to you.
No.
But sometimes I feel like you don't understand me. Okay, but when we're singing Hawaii by Maluma Feat the Weeknd, I'm speaking Spanish. When I'm listening to Bad Bunny, I'm speaking Bad Bunny.
Also, I think we should end it with this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are you done?
No, yeah. I'm done. Yes.
You said all you had to say.
I'll work on it. Okay.
Huh? Anyways, I just want to say this goes out. Hold on. Okay, that's that one. That's that one. Okay.
Oh.
I'm testing the buttons. I just want to say I was bullied for not feeling a little Mexican, for being for speaking Spanish,
Mexican.
For being too Mexican, for having brown skin, for having black hair, for having a name people couldn't pronounce. Mm-hmm. And now those same bitches, I'm going to call them what they are out here going to Bad Bunny concerts. And guess what? Y'all suck.
Period. That's true. Okay, you mean that in terms of glorifying your culture. Okay,
yeah.
I bought us tickets to Bad Bunny though.
I'm never gonna go see him.
Okay, but we can see Pitbull, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? You're picking the battle.
Pitbull is me.
Okay, so Pitbull. So this is when you get to the point. We have to stop here. But are you gatekeeping Bad Bunny?
I have a right to, don't?
You do. But what about their roots? What if they want to get back to their?
They were bullying me for having brown skin and a Spanish name.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Hold on.
What?
Let's end it here.
Okay. Any last words?
Actually, no.
Oh, she's thinking.
I forgot.
That's fine. You can write it in the notes app. That's what the notes app is for.
I'm gonna beat you up. Anyways, this has been
No me digas. Sorry. Okay. See, if you watched In the Heights, please back me up. Bad. Please back me up.
It was really bad.
What do you mean? It was the best movie of all time.
It was really bad.
Really?
Yeah. I have to say it here.
Really?
It was bad.
It was so good.
It was so
but
bad.
I thought you thought it was good.
No, it was bad.
So the entire time that we watched it, you were hating it?
I was shell-shocked.
Okay, we'll talk about this off the record.
Okay, anyways.
And I will...
This has been Us in a Library.
Yes. Thanks for listening to our dysfunctional podcast. It's like high-functioning anxiety.